What is up, guys? It is Simba here, and we are back for the league racing content on F123, and this is round number 6 of WOR for the Italian Grand Prix. And apologies, it has been a while. If you've seen my last community post, I've been very busy with university, but now we're done with that, and it's time to get back on the videos and try and get as many as I can, get out as many videos as possible before F124 comes out, because it is coming out at the end of the month, and there is quite a few videos that I do want to post up before F124 arrives. So get subscribed for the league racing content making a comeback this month, and let's get into it. So WR, this is round 6. The last race I posted was round 1. Basically, it's not been good. Jeddah was a stinker. I missed Imola, which was round 3. I missed Canada as well. And Baku was terrible because I had a default setup on. I lagged out before we started the race, and I was on a default setup when I rejoined, so there was no point racing at all. So this season's already a bit of a write-off as we mess up the first chicane there, which is not ideal, but we'll carry on with the rest of the lap. As you can see, we're going through Lesmo 1 and going into Lesmo 2 now. Very difficult to get right. You got to time in. You got to time the turn in right, and unfortunately we don't quite do that as we do invalidate. But yeah, not a great start to qualifying. As you know, qualifying is not exactly my strongest suit, as you'll see in the next few videos as well. So let's make sure this one's valid. Going into turn 1, into the first chicane, breaking at the 100, and this one felt quite decent. We are just under a quarter of a tenth down, so not too far off the delta at all as we go through Curva Grande and into the second chicane, which we do have a bit of time to find. So here we go, through the second chicane we go.
Oh, what the fuck? I've crashed. I haven't done that once. I'm still in, but why am I making mistakes now when I haven't done it in practice?
Not ideal, to say the least, and you can hear that is the genuine problem I have with qualifying. I can do good laps in practice, but when it comes to the actual session, we're just terrible. You know, we probably have, you know, I think Tottenham Hotspurs have more clutching ability than I do, and they're known for bottling a lot, so it's not looking good for us. We don't even have a lap on the board yet, and this is the last lap of the session. This time we don't bin it through the second chicane, and now we're going into the Lesmos where we change the diff and the brake bias. You can tell it's been a while. I'm making a lot of stutters through the voice, but yeah, we have to change the differential to increase rotation through those two corners. The first Lesmo was okay, but the second one felt a bit more cleaner, and we are 10th and a half up going into Ascari, down to 5th gear. Unfortunately,
I'm 16th.
We try and minimise the distance between ourselves and the end of Ascari, and we do invalidate, and that's it. That's game, set and match, ladies and gents. We are not doing a qualifying lap in this Italian Grand Prix. That's it. We're 16th, like you heard me say, and yeah, embarrassing. And we've got a lot of work to do for the race. I'm not going to show the qualifying results. I don't think I can find them, to be honest. But yeah, onto the race we go. 16th on the grid, and I felt like my PB would have been enough for 9th, but qualifying is done. You score points in the race, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do from 16th on the grid. Medium tyres on the car. We're going to try and be a bit more aggressive with strategy and see if the race pace can get us into the points. Here we go then. 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix. And we are underway in the Temple of Speed. We get a decent start compared to our teammate TRT Danielle, who is on the hard tyres. So we jump past him, and we're looking to follow Langman into the first chicane, and we're going to see if we can try and keep things clean. There's a bit of contact with the Williams of E.T. Andrea, as there's a bit of contact with Raphael as well, as we get a warning for a collision with him, but I think we've only managed to gain 1 place out of that, and considering on the mediums, we're going to try and be a bit more aggressive. So you see, we are right behind the Williams, and we're going to see if we can try and have a go. We brake late, we dart to the inside, we cut the curb and we make contact with the Williams, and that has messed up our run going into Lesmo 1, and Danielle will take the place. So yeah, not really a smart move, and that's going to be a common theme throughout this video, as Allison
Allison's
is
dead
off
already.
the track and out of the race already, and that has brought a virtual safety car on the opening lap. It doesn't turn into a full safety car,
No idea how
so
that's happened.
the race does get neutralised in a way, but we are only gaining 2 places. On to lap 5. I can't really remember most of this race, but we're going to give it a go, as this was like nearly a month ago. So yeah, going to try my best to remember, as we are right behind Andrea and Danielle, who have kind of lost the train a little bit, and we need to make progress on the medium. So we're going to just drain the battery, pass our teammate. We're going to try and pass the Williams as well, going into the first chicane in a cloud of smoke as well. We make sure we give him the space on the inside for the second part of the chicane, and we are up into 12th place in his Italian Grand Prix, and that is a crucial move. And yeah, we need to get back into that train with the other 10 cars, and we skipped lap 8. That's exactly what we've managed to do. However, you can see we have had to use a lot of battery in the meantime, just to make sure that we stay within DRS, and I think it's going to be a close call here as well by the end of lap 8, and it looks like we are not going to get DRS, and we are flashing, so that is the perfect opportunity for the Ferrari to pass us, and Danielle is also streaming past us, and going into the first chicane we lose those 2 places. But the main thing is we've reconnected the train again, as there is fighting up ahead, so if there's a bit more carnage, as there usually is in WOR, we could find a way to scrape into the top 10. So the main thing is we can now charge up the battery, as it's quite easy to do here in Monza, thanks to the nature of the straight line and the lower wing setups. So we should be able to do that, and as you can see, by the time we get to lap 13, that's exactly what we've done. We're up into P7 because some people have pitted. Some people started on softs and are doing soft medium, and we're going to be pitting quite in a few laps time. But for now, we are just sitting back, charging the battery, and making sure that we are staying within track limits, because I think we are on 2 warnings at the moment. I can't remember when I got my second warning, but oh
no, no! Fuck's sake, why have I got a fucking penalty?
It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
And that is a very nice reminder. There is the dreaded 3-second penalty that I was hoping to avoid, because essentially we're already out of position, you know, we're already outside the top 10, and getting that 3-second penalty is going to make things a lot harder to try and get points in this race. As 2 more cars pit, I think it's Bobbert and Flo, as Bobbert's actually extended his soft stint by quite a way. As you can see, my teammate Danielle up into P2 he goes, as he passes Langman down the main straight, and he takes the position. Obviously we're all on the similar strategy. We're all trying to go a little bit longer, trying to get a tyre advantage over the rest of the field who pitted quite early. So we're hoping that that will help us out towards the end of the race and try and get us into the points. So you can see Danielle and Langman are in.
Simbrox one takes the lead of the race.
And you can hear me say that we take the lead of the race. So we're going to be the last car to pit for a new set of tyres. As, yeah, not too bad, as I'm getting engineered, sort of engineered by Shizou Joseph. And Shizou Ogwin as well, who was also watching the race, watching the stream. So yeah, into the pits we go. I cannot speak. This is really, really great commentary on the first video back. But into the pits we go, and we're going to go onto a new set of soft tyres, and we're going to see if we can absolutely send it for the last 11 laps and see if we can get some points. We nail the pit stop, and onto the softs we go, and we're going to see where we come out, because this is where it's going to be quite important. We haven't used too much battery. We've got some in reserve, but we might have to use it on the main straight to retain track position. So Danielle and Langman pitted the lap before. They're quite a few seconds ahead, and now we've got this Ferrari that we're side by side with going into the first chicane. We just about avoid contact, but we get a nice switchback on the Ferrari, and now we're going to try and see if we can use some of the overtake to punch our way past it. We don't want to spend too much time, you know, fighting other cars, but, you know, for P11, and we managed to get past him, and we are now in P11, which is, I'm pretty sure it's where we were when, you know, most people were making their stops earlier. So nothing much happens. On to lap 24, we've managed to catch up to the top 10 cars in front of us, and now points might be on the cards, because you can see Jerome in front of us has a 3-second time penalty as well. So I will say we have got another 2 warnings whilst trying to catch up with these guys. So we are 1 warning away from the 6 seconds, and if we do that, that's pretty much game, set and match, and we will not be getting any points to complete a very miserable Friday night here, where we're trying to just get some points to try and just get some decent results, where the momentum's not really been on our side. So 2-3 laps to go in this race. On to lap 25, I'm just planning to sit back and just hope that there's carnage in front of us and we can just leap our way into the top 10. So the plan is we're going to try and save some battery, and we're going to go on the attack on the final lap. So yeah, battery's going to be key. You can see we're using some down the back straight towards Parabolica, because most people are doing that as well. So we've got 40% to play with on this final lap, and we're going to stay you know, uncut for the rest of the race. Let's see what happens.
Right, here we go then. Let's see what happens.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
So here we go then, last lap of the race, last chance to try and get into the top 10. We have a look at Jerome on the inside.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god. Sorry, Roberts. That was bad.
And to say that move was bad is the biggest understatement I can make in this whole video. That was absolutely horrendous. Thankfully, he doesn't report us for it, because apparently he's seen worse in his race. Meanwhile, Jerome wants P10 back. He's made contact with us, and you can hear me not very happy as he pushes us off the circuit. 2 don't quite go into 1 through that second chicane. And to make things worse...
No, what? How? How is that a penalty?
And that might be it. 6 seconds worth of penalties for track limits. It's not been a good race. We've not been driving well, and we're going to come out of it with absolutely no points whatsoever.
Oh my
until...
God. Oh my god, Daniel, I'm dead.
Green flag.
I'm going to get a point.
Our teammate has essentially been taken out, and we are into P10, but we're going to get a point in this race, but the driving has not been very good, but a point it is.
Right, that is the most fraudulent point I've ever scored in my life. I don't care, I don't drive one. I only got it because my teammate died.
And there you go, a very honest review of that race. It was not good from start to finish. We didn't drive well. In qualifying, we made too many errors, and in the race, there were too many errors as well. Just in general, it kind of just shows like a confidence we've got in this tier. You know, I feel like we can, you know, challenge for points, you know, in most races. It's just we're not putting things together, and on this occasion, we've gotten very lucky with a last lap collision. Unfortunately, it's our teammate, but we'll take a point. First point scored since Bahrain. You know, it kind of just shows where the form is, you know, regarding WR, but we'll take the point. But yeah, not a great race to look back on, not a great one to edit together, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and hopefully this can be the start of us trying to finish on a good note, because I do want to try and stay in tier 2 next season. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see all of you in the next one.